All right, good evening, everyone. Welcome. At this time, I'll call to order the regularly scheduled board meeting for the Village of Midlothian, Wednesday, November 9th, 2022 at 7 p.m. Roll call, please. Clerk Mossman.
Trustee Rabat?
Here.
Trustee Cavey?
Here.
Trustee Crowley?
Here.
Trustee Hilly?
Here.
Trustee Johnson? Trustee Killelea?
Here.
Mayor LaRue?
Here.
You have a quorum.
Thank you, sir. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing for a moment of silence for our fallen veterans. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. I'd like to wish all my fellow veterans out there a very happy Veterans Day coming up on Friday. So happy Veterans Day, everyone. All right, this time I'll open the floor to public comment. Is there any public comment tonight? Fred. Good to see you.
I'm not gonna go with the tractor anymore because apparently that's what he's going to be doing. But there is a truck at the end of 146th, 100 yards off of Kedzie from Indiana. It's been there, just going into the fourth week. It's very good movement. When I first spotted it, there were two other vehicles, smaller ones, a van and a pickup truck. So I had the chief with one, I got his license plate number and all. Why it's parked there so long, I don't know. The other comment I have, and I know this goes on in every village, but at least in my section, I have a man running around with a little electric scooter, and his kid is standing in between, hanging on his leg. He must be about 5 years old or 6 years old. My question there is, what is the proper procedure? I couldn't follow him because he's faster than I was. And he went down some streets over at Turner and Sawyer and what have you. The question would it be proper for me if I can find out where he lives, just to call the police and have them come out? Would that be proper?
Call when it's happening so we can
Oh,
assess
no,
what type of scooter it is, how many CCs it is, and then
Oh, no,
motor.
but this is, excuse me, this is one of those little electric ones.
Mhm.
But they have it, like it's smaller than that. It's just, I mean, it's faster than the car. These are over 20 miles an hour. You know, eyeballs are going back there to say. If I could get up to him, I couldn't see where he was going in the traffic that I had. And, I guess that's about all I got. The other guy's still working out of his yard somehow. And I had an opportunity to drive around town a couple times here. And this time of the evening, like when I get off of here, and then go back out at 1 or 2 in the morning, these cars are still parked across the sidewalks, not only on my side of town, but everywhere. I mean, there's no tickets on them, or I don't understand that. That's not the proper thing, is it? You cross the sidewalk with your car?
Can't block the sidewalk.
Huh? Pardon me?
You cannot block the sidewalk. So,
I know the police are busy, bigger things than that. I would think there'd be at least one ticket, 15 cars, so I don't know. And that's all night long, they're not just there busy, you know. Well, that's all I have, and I hope you all have a nice holiday. You probably won't see me, and again, you might.
All right. Good to see you, Fred. Thanks.
I appreciate your time, thank you.
All right, thank you. Anyone else? Jean?
Of course. I want to thank Public Works for starting to put the decorations out over at the Green. I saw them working over there. The Beautification Committee is going to send Jackie the flyer. I got the approval, so I'm going to email that over to you either tonight or tomorrow. And I'm just looking for the volunteers. I hope to see some of you guys come out and help us decorate. The flower boxes, we're gonna put stuff on them, garland. I mean, it's gonna look good. And I just wanna say we have some really generous donations from businesses in this village. And it just warms my heart to see it. I think that's it.
Big wreath coming back out?
Pardon?
The big wreath?
Oh, of course, the big wreath will be making an appearance, and the reindeers will be making theirs.
It is quite the photo op.
Oh, yes, it
People love
is. We have a couple of other things we're working on, so we'll get, some other photo op areas, so.
All right.
Yeah, if I hit it my way, if I would have won the building, the whole green would be lit up like one of those, you could see it from outer space. But that's it, thanks.
All right, thank you. Anyone else? Okay, close the floor to public comment, move on to tonight's consent agenda. Number 1, motion to approve an exploratory plan investigation to relocate the water main on 147th and Lawndale not to exceed $32,500, and will review if TIF funds are available for reimbursement. Number 2, motion to approve to go out to bid for a fire hydrant painting project. Number 3, motion to approve an emergency rental. You gonna take that out? Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. Motion to approve the emergency rental of a street sweeper at the cost of $12,500 per month. Number 4, approve ordinance 2109, approving the appropriation of funds from the Village of Midlothian, Cook County, Illinois, 147th and Cicero Corridor Redevelopment Project Area Special Tax Allocation Fund. Number 5, approval of the September 28th, 2022 board meeting minutes. Number 6, approval of the October 5th, 2022 committee meeting minutes. Number 7, approval of the October 12th, 2022 board meeting minutes. Number 8, approval of the October 19th, 2022 committee meeting minutes. And number 9, approval of the list of bills. Is there any item any trustee would like off of tonight's consent agenda?
I would like number 3 stricken from the consent agenda.
All right, anyone else? Then I'm looking for a motion to approve tonight's consent agenda without item 3, which was the motion to approve an emergency rental of a street sweeper at a cost of $12,500 per month.
I'll make the motion. I'll second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please, Court Moscow.
Trustee Kaveny,
Aye.
Trustee Crowley,
Aye.
Trustee Burbett,
Aye.
Trustee Hilly,
Aye.
Trustee Killily.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you, sir. Would you like to make a motion to, how do we get rid of an item that, so,
I struck it from the,
okay,
I didn't want it removed from the consent agenda. I didn't want it removed for discussion. I want it removed for permanently.
that's valid?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, unless someone moves and it's been stricken from this consent agenda, it has no status now.
Someone could actually move to put it back on the agenda?
Yeah,
Good to know.
not the consent agenda.
Right.
But for discussion, but since trustee has not brought it back, it's gone to wherever they go when they read it.
Okay, perfect. All right, then we'll move on to trustee business. Trustee Burback.
Nothing tonight, Mayor.
Trustee Hilly.
I just have one thing. It's been going on for 2 or so months. This afternoon, we received a revised completion order from MWRD, and in that revised order, a single line was added of the acceptance and operations and maintenance plan continued in the IGA shall not apply to unincorporated land subsequently incorporated into another municipality. So that basically, the property they're talking about is at 151st and Cicero. That is probably going to be annexed into Oak Forest, that 0.2 mile section of the creek there. If it is, it becomes Oak Forest maintenance issue, not ours. So I'm looking for a motion to approve the newly dated November 9th, 2022 intergovernmental agreement conclusion, I guess is what we'd call it.
Is there a second?
Second. I'll
Any
second.
any discussion?
So it's okay with our attorney?
It was our attorney's language.
That's my language.
That's, oh, you added the line?
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Trustee Hilly,
Aye.
Trustee Crowley,
Aye.
Trustee Burbett,
Aye.
Trustee Kaveny,
Aye.
Trustee Killily.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Can I get that printed out for me and
You got it.
give them mine?
Oh, here's some.
I believe Clerk Moscow has it.
Never mind. Anything else tonight, Trustee Hilly?
No, sir.
Thank you, sir. Trustee Caveny.
Pardon me? Oh, I don't have anything this evening. What?
Thank you, ma'am. Trustee Killily.
Nothing tonight, Mayor.
Thank you, sir. Trustee Crowley.
Just a couple things tonight, sir. First, I sent the email aboard, I sent the board an email this morning regarding, from our TIF attorney, that she had sent to the mayor and I regarding what's the word I'm looking for, Kathy? Inducement letter.
Inducement letter.
Inducement letter for Bill Kay. I sent that to the board. I just wanted to make the board aware of it. We'll be responding. Did anybody have any questions or concerns with that?
And just to clarify, an inducement letter provides no legal obligation on behalf of the village. It simply expresses the intent of the change of heart.
Okay. Then I'll make sure, once we get that, she gets that sent out, that everyone gets a copy of it. Next, I also sent the board a quote for licenses for new switches. Trustee Burbat was able to get new switches for our server room for us at no cost. We did have to buy the license, which is what the quote is for. And hopefully, those of you who have seen our server room, it's probably one of the last things we have to upgrade. And Trustee Burbat is taking the lead on it, and I really appreciate it, because it looks like a bunch of wires coming out of nowhere from me. So, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Does anybody have any questions about that? If
No.
not, I'm going to ask for it to be approved next week so that we can order the licenses. So I'll put that on my agenda for next week. Maria, if you don't mind, I sent you a copy of it as well. Next thing, I just wanted to remind everybody, I sent the information about the grant company that we used for the police department. If everybody could make sure they take a look at that for next week, I'll have it on the agenda for discussion. And then, also monitors. I also sent out an email late today for new monitors, dual monitors for the new laptops that we received for the police department, and it is a budgeted item. So I'll be having that on the agenda for next week as well. Other than that, I just wanted to remind everybody that we have, that starting next week, we'll be in full swing. We'll be putting out information about the toy drive and our Secret Santa. Our Secret Santa, this is the second year in a row we'll be doing that in connection with the schools. Our grammar schools identify families that could use help during the holidays, and anonymously we get wish lists for these children. So the Community Policing and Safety Committee is working and co-sponsoring this with the police department. We will also be doing our toy drive. We have a number of new businesses this year that have shown interest, so I will be getting that list out, as well as all the information about where you can donate. And for the first time, we're going to have an Amazon wish list. So individuals who would like to shop Amazon can shop on Amazon, and the gifts will be automatically delivered to the police department. Other than that, the last thing is, please mark your calendar for our Christmas parade, which is December 3rd. If anybody has any questions, we'll have more information going out on the website. We're finishing up and proofing flyers now. Other than that, I don't think I have anything.
No? That's all? Okay. I did have a question. I don't think you were involved early on. The library is looking to do some projects as part of their capital improvement plan.
Oh.
And they are in the TIF. I just will have to speak with Attorney Orr on how that works, being their taxing body, but through us.
Do you want me to send her an email?
Could you? I got
Yes.
I got their plan on my desk. If I could give that to you.
Yep. That would be
Thanks.
great.
Perfect. All right, moving on to department heads. Chief Hotwagner.
I have nothing to answer.
Thank you, sir. So going back to the 10-year battery, what if I just replaced it like a week or a month ago because it was beeping? Do I still have to go replace it again with the 10-year?
You're talking about the edge streets.
For some reason, I thought about it. Yes, I'm gonna say something to Chief about it because I like just replace it, and then daylight savings come and I got to replace the battery. I'm like, I just
Right.
replaced it.
There was asked to, again, with the hardware detectors, you have to replace the batteries themselves, because the hardware, it's just a battery. You can wait till it beeps, but I would suggest replacing it.
Thank you, sir. Chief Delaney.
Nothing this evening, sir.
Thank you, sir. Interim Superintendent Surf.
Nothing this evening, sir.
Thank you, sir. Deputy Clerk Kolecki.
I am
Thank you, ma'am. Superintendent Sperry.
Just real quick to clarify what happened with the street sweeper. We had a fire between the cab and the back of the street sweeper. Not sure what caused it. If it was the leaves, got, hit the exhaust system, burned up some wires, we took it in. It's gonna be 45 to 60 days to get some of the parts. So this is the worst time in the world for that to go down because of all the leaves on the street. So I reached out to our vendor. I was able to get a sweeper last week. It wasn't worth the crap, to be honest with you. We probably would get 2 streets a day done. So that's the only sweeper we could find. So then I reached out to the contractor that does the mattress lots, Illinois Central Sweeping, and they're coming out, and our guys are working with them. They got a similar machine, but they can dump it into our trucks. So I think we're gonna end up saving money by using this, but hopefully within 2 weeks we'll have the streets cleaned up. So that's kind of why we got away from the rental and just contracted out, so I just wanted to clarify that. That's it.
So I was working in the town of Cicero today. They actually they put a fence thing on the front of their trucks and
We
they
did.
push it down. You've done that before?
We used to, yeah.
Yeah.
Big mess.
It looked, well, that, then the street sweeper, then the
Front end loader.
front end
skid
loader, and then the truck.
So we made these plows, fabricated plows with brushes from the street sweeper on the bottom.
Yeah.
We push them all out. Well, everybody was raking them all out the street. So it takes you a day to do probably half a section. And then all of a sudden it starts raining over here and you've got nothing but leaves rolling down the streets. We just couldn't keep up with it. We had like 6 guys working on it at a time. But there's only so much and everybody was raking around the street. So
It was pretty interesting. I didn't seem very efficient.
it works, but you gotta hope it doesn't rain for about 3 weeks.
Yeah.
You do, then you're in trouble.
All right, sir, thank you. Engineer Huss?
I have no report this evening, Mayor.
Thank you, sir. Treasurer Britton?
Nothing, Mr. Mayor.
Ms. Harris?
Just wanted to say thanks again to Kathy, trustee Kaveny, for putting on the scarecrow challenge.
Oh, boy. Here we go. Here we go. Okay.
Since I wasn't here last week, but
Yeah.
that's all I have.
We'll be
Well done.
scheduling lunch soon.
Very well done. Thank you, ma'am. Attorney Valdez.
Just to inform the board that the village and the firefighters union have reached impasse, and the matter is now proceeding to federal mediation, which is the next step in the process. That's all I have.
Thank you, sir. I just have this one last opportunity to make the announcement about Stagg High School Music Boosters. They are putting on a Art for the Season Arts and Crafts Festivals this weekend, the 12th and 13th. Saturdays from 9 to 4, Sundays from 10 to 3. They'll have arts and crafts and vendors, lunch, raffles, and entertainment. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but it is $3 per adult for admission. That's all I have. Clerk Moscow?
I have nothing to make, sir.
Thank you, sir. Seeing there's no further business coming before the board, I'm looking for a motion to adjourn.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Meeting adjourned. Thank you all.